Hello, my fellow Insomaniacs, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby Superstar Milky Way Wishes. And last time, which was a long time ago, and I'll explain why throughout the course of this video, but up next we are going to take on the level known as Mech-Eye, if that is pronounced correctly. Yeah, it is. It's called Mech-Eye. Well, I will say this, unless you've been to my own channel, you would know what has been going on and stuff like that, but I really don't want to dwell on it. Really, I don't. But another reason why this project has really taken long is because of the fact that I had a recording of it originally, but it didn't render for some odd reason, so I had to do this entire level all over again just so that I can do it. It's like, ugh, so annoying. But anyway, enough about that. Let's just get on to getting the items now, or not the items, but the abilities. Now, technically, I already have them, but I want to show you, where you can find each of the abilities that you would not have if this was your first time playing, which is not, but the fact that I had to do this again is just annoying. Also, be careful with those shock pads, because they will do damage to you. I mean, they won't kill you, but they will do a ton of damage, so be careful. Oh, and also make sure you don't fall down. Now, I am trying to hit that bomb. There we go. Unfortunately, I was not quick enough to get that life, but anyway, while you have the invincibility, yeah, you want to go through this labyrinth. That way you can hit the button. I mean, you could do it without it, but it would just be much harder, actually. Alright, so now... Okay, so there's that door. There's actually wind that will push you back, but ultimately, if you charge your jets, you should be able to get to the door. And also, but down here, behind door number 1, believe it or not, I already got the ability, like I said, but this is where you would find the yo-yo ability! So yeah, this is where you would find it, but, however, we're gonna stick to the jet power-up because, well, the yo-yo is not gonna do us any good in this particular instance. But as I sit to catch my breath, I'm just gonna say, yeah, this episode as well as the next one is post-commentary, but after that, it'll go back to being live commentary again because, well, once I get... I thought to myself, as soon as I get all the abilities, I can be able to just go into the level freely and not have to worry about collecting anything. If there's one thing I really hate more than anything, it's collecting a lot of stuff. But if it's needed to 100% the game, I'm gonna do it, no matter how tedious it is. But I would have to say that, getting the abilities in this sub-game of Kirby Superstar, I think it's the most annoying. I mean, with the Great Cave Offensive, the object is to try to find everything, but I wasn't even trying. But for this particular game, I am trying. Okay, so in this particular room that I'm in right now is a boss gauntlet. You can take on the bosses as much as you like, but there are 2 bosses in particular that you need to take on. One to get an ability, and one to move on. And this is not one of them. So we have Chili, Chili the not the whale, but Chili the walrus. There we go. And of course, every time you beat a sub-boss, you can get a Maxim Tomato for it. And then I forget the guy's name. In fact, I forget many of these bosses' names. But really, as far as the hammer ability, it is so overpowered in this version of the game. So much so that they nerfed it quite a bit in the Kirby Superstar Ultra for the 3DS. And I can see why. I mean, that This hammer is so overpowered. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Just pure power. Is all I have to say about it, really. But as far as myself personally, it's just... Oh, man. I really wish I could tell you a lot more than I have said, but, it's just that real life has really gotten in the way of not just Insomania Game, but even my own channel. It's gotten that bad, but I'm happy to say that with this, I can slowly but surely, you know, come back. And as I'm beating these bosses, I may as well say, do check out the remaining members of Insomania Game. And, you know, they're really nice people. You know, I really enjoy their company as much as they enjoy mine, so that much I appreciate, really. Oh, okay, so by beating Bonkers, it will take you to the end of this level of Mechai, but we don't want to go there right now because I want to show you where you can find the ability, the last ability in this particular, well actually in this level of course, but not the game. I haven't showed you that part yet. And if I'm not mistaken, I died. No. If I'm not mistaken, Iron Man, that was the enemy that just killed me. She's the one that has the last ability, and I'll show it to you. Although technically I already got it, it's just I have to get it again. And oh wait, I then realized I went to the wrong room. But no matter. And of course you can't get you can't get abilities from the bosses. You can't. Just so you know. Can I go down, please? Thank you. Okay, there's Iron Man, so there she is. But even so, I mean, Iron Man is a very tough sub-boss, but even the hammer could just destroy her. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention that, when you defeat Iron Man, you actually get the Plasma ability. In fact, it would actually show up where Iron Man was. And the last ability is... the Plasma ability! So the Plasma ability is the final ability, so I just wanted to show that off. So if you run around like back and forth, you can charge the Plasma shot. And when you charge it up, it really does a lot of damage. In fact, it's probably the second most powerful weapon, or ability I should say, behind only the hammer. I mean, the hammer is just straight up powerful. So much so that the Plasma gives it a really good run for its money. And in fact, it can even go through walls, you know. And that's a great thing because it can go through places that most abilities that are projectile type weapons, or abilities, as I should say, they can go through walls. So that's the one good thing about it. But anyway, our opponent is, yeah, Heavy Lobster. Not to be confused with Red Lobster, although I heard that my good friend Ryoko hasn't been to a Red Lobster in a long time. And, well, not to say, you know, speaking of Red Lobster, I used to love going to Red Lobster all the time. Or actually, not all the time, but more so than we have in years and years and years. And the biggest reason for that is, you know, unlike in the 90s, in fact, we used to go there a lot during the 90s, but yeah. And as far as Heavy Lobster is concerned, his attack pattern is so predictable. I just made it look so easy, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem as far as Heavy Lobster is concerned, so just make sure you get out of the way of his attacks. But other than that, he's not too bad. Okay, so that is going to do it for Mech-Eye, for the level Mech-Eye, and for another episode of Kirby Superstar, Milky Way Wishes. This is TehJew22, and guys, I'm so happy to be back, and I'll be on a new day. I'll be on a new time and a new day, rather. And it's great to be back, so I just want to say thank you for your patience. Until then, this is TehJew22 signing off. Have a good day, everybody.